Friday Night Lights in West Texas. Football. Students. Fans. And one of the best marching bands around. Caleb Snapp is marching as part of the drum line of the Lubbock-Cooper Pirate Pride Marching Band, but he can't see much of any of it. Caleb is legally blind, yet this year the senior's not letting that stop him.
So the biggest issue I have on the field is not having any depth or any peripheral vision. So I can't see anything to the side of me. I can only see what's directly in front of me and nothing below me as well.
Caleb's percussion coordinator, John Rogers, has been there since Caleb auditioned for band in 5th grade.
Well, I met him at the end of his 5th grade year when we auditioned students for instruments for beginner band, and he and his sister both came in and auditioned, and that's when I met him. And so I've known him now for, well, this is the 7th year, I guess, and worked with him throughout his middle school years and then here in high school.
In middle school and high school, Caleb was mostly on the sidelines in the pit crew, playing timpani for 2 years and marimba for a year, and other percussion accessories. He was the go-to guy for whatever they needed up front. Now on the field for his senior year, Caleb's challenges are completely new.
I asked him back in middle school how much he could actually see walking down the hall, and he said he could see. He said things were kind of blurry, but he could make out people. He could recognize people. He could tell who I was from a distance, but his vision has kind of deteriorated in recent years, and he has a guide dog this year, and got him just in the summer. But he has no peripheral vision, so he has to kind of cock his head a certain way to be able to see something. But marching bass drum is no big deal because none of them can see over the drum anyway, so they're all blind.
Caleb struggled at first since this was his first year marching among other students who had been on the field for 3 years, but says Rogers has been a big influence.
He's always treated me just like everyone else. You know, he's never treated me any differently. Sure, I had to do some things differently, but he encouraged me just like everyone else, and I'm the same as everyone else. There's no difference.
But there's a difference in Caleb's determination to be on the field and work through his challenges. On this day, you wouldn't know it. Caleb, however, says there are issues.
So sometimes when we're supposed to be spaced out, I'm a little too close or a little too far because I can't really tell how far away I am from things.
Today's marching band shows are complex, featuring numerous movements throughout a typical 7 to 11-minute show. Students move complex formations across the field with visuals added for effect.
Another thing that I kind of struggle with is with visuals. When we add in visuals, it's kind of hard to stay with the other people just because I can't always see what they're doing. That can be a bit of a challenge, and I always have to spend a little extra time to really memorize my spot with the drill.
So how does the rest of the drum line feel about Caleb being part of the team?
Oh, they love him. They think he's a great guy, and I had to even talk to some of them. There was a little skepticism when he first made the bass drum line, and we did have a plan B that he was happy with, and he understood. His folks understood, but just they were happy to have him have a chance to do this his senior year. I even asked some of the students, "What do you think?" And they were all in agreement. You know, let's give him a chance. Let's see. So
Caleb's mom is excited that Caleb's on the field pursuing something he really enjoys.
There's just a lot of emotions with having a senior. We're super excited about the show this year, and in the same time we're trying to just enjoy every moment because we know it will not be long before we graduate.
Friday night, and Caleb is ready to march on the field, but this is his first year with his guide dog Grit. But Grit stays on the sidelines for the band's performance on the field.
He has been a full-time cane user, and we are trying to get him prepared for college. And a cane helps him a lot, but it doesn't give him quite the independence that he needs to, say, go to college and live on a campus. And so we applied through Guide Dogs for the Blind, and he was approved 8 months ago. And once he was approved, we went on a waiting list, and this summer he went to Portland, Oregon for 2 weeks, where he and Grit trained and learned how to become a working team.
With Grit always by his side now, he's become, well, kind of a superstar.
Oh yeah, they all love having him around. I sometimes have to tell them to back off because they're always like, can I pet him? Or like, can he play with me? Or can I feed him? And I usually have to tell them no, even if I don't want to.
Having Grit helps Caleb around Lubbock-Cooper and eases the challenges of everyday activities. The school administration, along with the band's director, Nicole Baxter, have worked hard to make sure Caleb has been able to excel.
I could not ask for a better place for them to have been. They have definitely gone above and beyond, making sure that Caleb and his twin sister Faith both have all of their needs met, and they are very, very successful kids.
For Caleb's parents, that means everything. After graduation, Caleb already has plans as well.
So I want to go to South Plains College, and I want to go into their sound technology program where I'll work with live audio production, studio production, and mixing, and all sorts of really cool stuff.
Determination and will have gotten Caleb here. This young man is definitely an inspiration, and he reminds us all that the loss of sight does not impair the qualities of mind and heart.
And just being with all these amazing people and having so much fun with our show, it just, it's an incredible experience, and I know I'm going to miss it after I graduate this year.
Jason Davis for EverythingLubbock.com.